everyone? My name is Reese. God bless you all. God bless America. God bless the wonderful planet of Mira, where today we are going to be continuing our exploration, doing the side content. We've done a stream in between the end of the game and now, and I'll be gosh darned if I completely forgot to publish it after we finished it. This was on Tuesday evening, so it's been unlisted this whole time. If you have notifications turned on, and you get notifications for streams, when the streams end, the videos are unlisted. I think I can change that. I need to change that in the back end. I need to figure out how to do that. But you can still click on the notification and get to the unlisted video. I need to change it. I don't remember where you changed that at. There's some way to have it to where as soon as this stream ends, it might even be right here under stream settings, it goes public. I need to do that. That is very important moving forward because I don't want to have to remember to manually do that. I've had to manually do that on every single one before now, but it's not relevant. It doesn't matter. Welcome back to Mira, and it is currently, the sun is setting, it is getting dark, which is not at all how you want to start an adventure. You want to get up at the break of dawn. I'm thinking early morning. We'll do 5:05. That seems like an appropriate time. Listen, today we're doing something a little bit different. I want to throw that out there. Is this the morning? Hello? Where's the sun? I guess it's on its way, I suppose. Normally it's a little bit brighter, I guess, when you're out in Primordia proper. The webcam is going to be a little different, okay? NVIDIA broadcasts, we don't have it today, so I've rigged up something else. I apologize, this stream is going to be different than all the other ones visually. Here's what we're building into it, okay? We're working our way towards it. This is it. I'm just in a box, okay? I know it's not going to be to everyone's liking for me to be in a box, but we are inside of a box right now. The box is a little small as well. And I'm not quite a big fan of the size and shape. I feel like it should be taller than it is wide, because what are you looking at to either side of me? What is going on out here? There's just all this extra room for activities that are never going to happen. You really only need this. But there you go. There's that disclaimer out of the way. Hopefully that makes sense. And you're all going to be okay with it. You can kind of see the corner of the screen there, which is fun, I guess. It gives the projector a reason to be there during the stream. I have been playing a lot. Well, you might not be able to tell by just looking at the map, because mostly Primordia is the same as it was. Although there is only one final tyrant in Primordia, which is exciting. At least that's been unlocked yet. There's a couple of things on the map that are still locked, and I'm assuming we'll unlock them as we do quests and things. Those will become available, but Primordia's survey rate is at 80%. Noctilums is up to 60. I did a little bit. I fought a couple of extra guys and found a little bit of extra treasure. But what I've mostly been focusing on is Frontier Nav. And here's why. We can now store 100,800 Mirinium, which means that once that much comes in, and we get 37,000 each every 30 minutes, I believe, we will finally be able to get the Ares 90, which I've never had before. Even my first playthrough of this game, I beat the main story, said we'd come back. We never did. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 came out immediately after that, and we played that for like 2 years. So, I never made it past getting just this regular Skell you could buy at the store. I never came back and did more than that. But we're finally going to be doing more than that. I've gone out and I've collected all the pieces. Some of them I collected, some of them I purchased, okay? I did do some purchasing using the online system here, where you can use your tickets that you get for doing different missions to go in here and buy materials. And we're literally just waiting on Mirinium right now. How much do we have? We have 40,550. So 2 more deliveries and we'll be able to get the new Ares. Now, what are we going to do in the meantime? Well, I mentioned before that we could go ahead and start Professor B's quest, which is going to be right over here. And in fact, if you watched the previous stream, that is what we sought to do. But whether or not that's what we're going to do today, yes. We're going to go do Professor B's quest, because it's a great time. It introduces some mystery about Mira. It's probably better to do before you finish the game, because I think a lot of the fun, the joy, the experience of it all is derived from the mystery, and once you finish the game, there is no more mystery. You know, you're not going to care about what Professor B has to say or think or theorize about the world. It's irrelevant, because the world no longer exists. So we're doing this at a very inopportune time, but we are going to try to do it. We just have to locate the gentleman. There he is. By the way, I'm pretty sure this entire thing is just a Back to the Future reference. You'll see what I mean as we progress. This doesn't really look like Doc Brown. He's also a professor. B for Brown, though. And, I mean, just wait. Oh, you'll see what I mean as we progress, okay? Just trust me on this one. Were you another of the assassins? After what happened to the last guy they sent, I'm impressed you had the to try me. Explain that you are not an assassin. Whoop whoop. Well, who in the name of Sir Isaac H. Newton are you then? What, you're a blade? Yes, I've heard of him. Now that I get a better look at you, you do look rather interesting. Yes, since Vevin's practically useless, maybe this person can help get the Right then, you there, kid, pay attention. My name is Professor B. You know, I didn't even do a sound test when we started, and I feel like I should have done that. I do that at the start of every live stream, and I just forgot. You know, I didn't even do a sound test when we started, and I feel like I should have done that. Yeah, it sounds fun. Can confirm all is well. Right then, you there, kid, pay attention. My name is Professor B. Degree and 7K% plus or minus I period. If you're looking for work, I have a truly amazing offer for you. Ask the professor what... Yeah, let's do that one. I'm curious. Huh? You people don't say that? How to put it? In plain English, I'd say it's something like, well, let's just say eager to help. This language barrier is getting to be a real hassle. Half the words from the planet I came from aren't even pronounceable in your language. I can't even properly introduce myself around here. Well, there's really nothing for it, I guess. Just Professor B will have to do for now. Look at this guy. I guess the question we should be asking, much like Neil Nail, how does this guy get into town? Does no one stop and... Are we just so accustomed at this point to aliens that this guy comes stalking in and we don't even look at him twice? We're like, hey, the Easter Island man is here. Like, don't stare, Johnny. Well, there's no kids in town. Everyone's in Mimia Zone. Well, you might still say that. If Johnny is like 30 years old and prone to staring, which some people never learn their manners, you know. Might happen. Could be. Could be. So then, about this job I have for you. I need a few things for my current research, and I'd appreciate if you could secure them. Should be simple enough for you, Especially if I pay you for your trouble. Ooh, ask about needs or ask about studies. I mean, let's just see what he wants. We'll find out as we go. Straight to the point, eh? Professionalism, I like it. First, I'd like you to head west to Waterway Tangle and collect some tacky soap. Oh, and this project is highly time-sensitive, so please make it fast, all right, kid? Absolutely. Do I already have this stuff? It looks like it might be a special object that I actually have to go physically track in the world. It's probably going to be a little red object on the ground. You will? Great! I knew you had a touch of about you. I've been short-handed lately, what with my assistant Vevin wasting his time repairing that silly spaceship. Anyway, thanks. We're both wanderers through space, stranded on this rock. Gotta help one another out, eh? So we're not really getting much more about his backstory at this exact moment, and that is okay. Did we end up tracking that mission at all? Hold on. Obtain Tiki Soap, Tacky, Noctilum's Waterway Tangle. Well, we should be able to find that pretty quickly using the handy-dandy map here. And the best thing is we don't have to sing to get it to, like, summon to us. And it looks like it's just going to be right here. The closest fast travel point we've got is right here next to Oscar the Summer Squall, which apparently I need to defeat. He's a tyrant? Really? Okay, no, that's fine. I can go do that real quick. I wasn't aware of any tyrants in that area. Nor was I aware that I accepted that quest. I don't remember doing that. I have no memory of it. We'll go ahead and do it. I'm not opposed at all. I just don't remember doing it is all. That's the only issue. But there's probably a lot of quests that we accepted in the time before time that I've already forgotten about. Oh, I should probably explain my current eclectic assortment of individuals that are following me. Right, active party. Let's go through it real quick. I've been going through and trying to figure out, like, who do I have the least amount of sort of relationship status with. Even HB I have 2 hearts with, and I'm not even a big HB fan, right? But we've got 2 hearts with HB. We got almost full hearts with L. And so I was going through here and I was like, well, who has the least? Alexa has the least. Al has the least, okay? Nagi, we should probably switch in at some point. Gajirig, Fog, all of these have less than a full heart. So I decided to go ahead and try to buff my relationship status with them, build up camaraderie, friendship, appreciation, mutual respect, just so I could unlock good stuff in the game, basically. I'm not actually invested in them as people. I just need them to think that I am for my own selfish gain. And so far, it seems to be doing a pretty good job. We're getting there. Also, we just collected a bunch of credits, probably from Frontier Nav, but it doesn't look like that is a Meridium drop. I don't believe. Hello? What is happening? It's not just as simple as pick up red thing. Apparently, it's going to be more complicated than that. The red thing just ceased to exist. I don't know what we're going to face here. I have no memory of this. I like that Al is putting himself forward, though. Now, how's about I ask you a few questions and you give me specific, concise answers? Run your mouth or try to lie, and we'll have to try again in a setting you'll find a lot less comfortable. You're smart. You don't want any needless trouble. Best for everyone involved if you just cooperate. I don't know why this is his accent. This is what we've landed on. So, question 1. What did Professor B want from you? Who are you, Gad? I thought you were smart. Maybe I am wrong. Is who I am more important than your own life? I'm trying to do like a gangster, and I feel like I'm not getting it right. Maybe I don't know New York accents that well. Well, hold on, Joe Pesci. Hold on, he plays a gangster in some movies. He also plays a criminal in Home Alone. Marv, don't you think it'd be nice to have some faces to go along with their questions? I feel like I'm doing okay. 100. You couldn't even tell me apart from Joe Pesci. Comment if you disagree. All right, fine by me. I'll just invite you to a VIP room where nobody can ever get in to help you. You'll have all the time in the world to see how I do my job. Give you the Gad special. You're never seeing home again, Powell. Powell World? No, look, I mean, listen, this is almost unfair. This is almost what this is. And there you go. I think we might have a division objective to get humanoids, possibly, because it looked like that counted. Also, we did get what we wanted, I think. And now we can just return to the Mystery Man. But what is this over here? Should we go get Oscar the Summer Squall just while we're in the general area? I feel bad leaving here not doing that. It looks like it's just right over here. Did it mention anything specific about, like, time of day or anything like that? I wasn't paying enough attention to notice. There he is. Is that him? Listen. Sometimes you're in the area and you just gotta do the thing.
Consider yourself, they're wide open up here.
Haven't we fought Oscar before? I don't feel like this is the first time we've done this. I am shocked he's still alive, though.
Yay!
Okay, well, there you go. He's taken care of. You slew Oscar. I feel bad. His name is Oscar. That's like a very normal human name, and we've slaughtered him like an animal. Well, he is an animal. Like, he has a human name. I named a cat Robert once. That didn't make him human. He was a great cat, though. Robert Walden. What a little unit that cat was. I found a picture of him the other day. A video of him. He bit my headphones. I forgot all about this till I found the video. But had the old white Apple, like, you know, AirPod. No, what were they called? The headphones, the earbuds, before they were wireless, you know. And he just bit it in two. And then I just took it out and started playing with it. Because what else are you going to do at that point? Be mad at the cat? He's a kitten. He just does what he does, you know? So I guess I instilled bad values in him at that point. It was just like, yeah, that's fun. He's so cute. He's dead now. I think. I don't know if we ever actually found the body. Oh, cats will sometimes just go off to die when you can't find them. Professor B! Hello! I'm back. Is this his lab? We've discovered a landmark here that is apparently his lab. Ah, you're back! Got that Tiki soap for me? Yes, I do. Great. Now all I need is a body frame, and I can get this up and running. Was that? Somebody named Gad attacked you while you were out looking for this? That's probably my fault. He's been after my technology for a while now. He must have realized he was no match for me directly and decided to pump you for information instead. Can we not use that terminology, please? I don't care for it. Ask him about his technology or express concern for his safety. That one. I don't want to ask about his technology. He'll think we're trying to steal from him. Ha! You think someone from this time period could take me? Still, that's nice of you. Thanks, kid. I guess after the trouble I caused, I could make a special exception and tell you who I am. Try to hang on to your socks. I came from a distant terminus of time and space, and I am from the future, but also time and space, so he's from a different dimension. Having beaten the game and understanding the multiverse, and hey, we dig on the multiverse here, okay? If you know what... that makes sense, you know? Yeah, ha, ha. I might be what you humans will look like a few 100 million years down the line. I hope not. Laugh off, Professor. No, we're not going to laugh at him. We're going to trust him. Truly amazing. You accept my story just like that. You humans certainly adapt to new situations quickly. When I first told Vevin, the little pill had the gall to start laughing in my face. But okay, great. That makes this quick. I guess the thing is, I need to get back to my own time. And to do that, I need you to find me a car to serve as the frame. Alright. What exactly is that? Now, let's just ask him how he intends to return to his own time. I doubt anyone in this time has figured out how to yet. But with me on the case, crossing time is no big deal. I've gotten word that my fellow Graham is selling cars at a discount. Here's some cash, kid. Try to talk him into selling you the best tech vehicle for the money. Good luck. And while you're doing that, I'll grab the other part I'll need for this experiment. So you can see Professor B here. He needs us to get him a car so he can make a time travel machine. Do you see where this is going? Are the pieces linking together in your mind now? Is what I said earlier starting to make a bit more sense with my references to Back to the Future here? Great stuff, though. Fantastic stuff. And let's see. He's going to try to travel to the future. Well, we know that Mira's not here for much longer. I'll admit we don't know how much time passes between the end of the game, like the end of the original, like Chapter 12, and the beginning of Chapter 13, the end of Chapter 13. What we do know is that there's just not that much time in the future ahead of us. But here we are, Graham's Used Cars. He's got a fabulous selection here. I'm a big fan of this red one with the racing stripes. The only issue is that would probably draw a lot of attention. You want to go with something a little bit more low-key.
Am I right?
Something, well, no, none of these are low-key. Absolutely none of these are. Can you put wheels on this here dumpster? I feel like we could turn that into quite the sleeper. Let me tell you, no one expects to be beaten by a dumpster in a race, but it does happen on occasion. If it's second-hand goods at ridiculous prices you're after, Graham's your man. I'll give you the deals the retail guys wouldn't dream of. Professor B sent you? Ah, nice. He's one of my best customers. How many cars has he bought at this point? Where does he get money? Car-wise, I've got a few options lined up for you. On the left there, you've got a blue standard model. The middle one's a junker, and then we've got my red beauty. Well, how much do these things cost? What's your pleasure? Whichever you like, I'll knock a chunk off the price for you. Well, we want luxury, don't we? Obviously. You have a good eye, buddy. Top of the line taste. This baby's the sweetest ride on Mira or anywhere else. Probably the most expensive, too. But you tell me, is there a better use for 100,000 credits? How much money do I have right now? The answer is no, by the way. Yeah, buy that sucker. Thanks much! I'll deliver it to Professor B's place for you free of charge. I really do wish they'd let us drive it around. I mean, I know we have a Skell that can go into car mode and we can just drive it around, but I want to drive this car around. And I want it to have a fully featured, like, drive system. I know that we don't have, unfortunately, on the Switch, the variable triggers. What do they call those? I've already forgotten what they're called. You know, where they have varying levels of sensitivity. What do you call that? Doesn't matter. You know what I mean. We don't have it, and I don't think the Switch 2 is getting it either, sadly. GameCube's got it. GameCube had that, where you could just squeeze on the little trigger on the back there, and the harder you squeeze, the more it would do things, or the less of it. You know what I'm talking? It's like a variability to it. I wish I could remember. It's an analog. I know that. It's not a binary, like on or off. It's like an analog, and it goes up and down, and there's a term for it, and it's just not coming to mind right now. Boy! Oh, good, Vevin's back. And look at that car. It is shinier here than it was in the lot. That is a fine car. Professor B, tell me I did good. Hello, Professor B, tell me I did good. Come on, Vevin. You get to become a cornerstone for the next dazzling chapter of science. You men on are disciples of science, aren't you? Now stop your whining and get in the damn car. Oh, hold on. I've got a thing for this. Wait a second. Here we go.
Sorry, Professor B, but I think this thing is more of a tombstone than a cornerstone, you know? And I'm probably too young to die.
Damn! I finally get a test rig up and working, and you're going to pull this crap on me? Did that even actually work? Damn. Oh,
Hold on, no, I'm trying to test whether or not this part of it works. Hold on, no, I'm trying to test
Yeah, alright, good. Now I know it does. Damn! I finally get a test rig up and working, and you're going to pull this crap on me? Ooh, inquire as to what is going on here. Ask Professor B who the man-on is. Well, we know who he is. We can see his name above his head. So, what's going on? Absolutely nothing. That's the problem. I brought my assistant Vevin here to play guinea pig for me, but he's gone chicken. I gave him the honor of riding in the Mirror-mobile time machine, and he repays me with a silly tantrum. And after you went to the trouble of getting us this sweet ride. No more excuses, Vevin. Are you trying to pull all this poor woman's hard work to waste?
Well, I don't want to do that, but time travel seems pretty dangerous, doesn't it? I'm as intrigued about science as anyone, but I've only got one life to give to it, you know?
What? You don't trust me?
If you're so confident, maybe you should be the one to take it for a ride, Professor? You're weirdly insistent that I be the one who tests it, you know?
Well, of course! If I get sucked into a straight... I'd be torn to shreds in an instant. Leave it to me. It's fine. I didn't say a thing.
I think that's probably the opposite of fine. Either way, I'm not getting in that vehicle.
Then it appears we are at an impasse here. Hey, kid! Help me talk some sense into this fool. Appeal to Vevin's emotions to fire him up, or use logic to appeal to Vevin's intellect. Probably that one, if we know anything about Man-on at this point.
I suppose you seem like a smart person. Different than my scientific mind, maybe, but still. I hear what you're saying, but none of it proves that I'll be alright if I get in that time machine. If that makes sense? What's that? Even if this test fails, Professor B will eventually succeed? And then he just needs to jump back to the moment before this test? And that way, the machine from that successful trial will replace this initial failed prototype. Meaning I won't actually die in this canonical timeline? I feel like there's some circular reasoning in there somewhere, but I think I'm warming to the idea. All right, Professor B, I'll ride in your time machine. I hope I don't regret this.
You'll do it? Ha ha! I'd expect nothing less from my intrepid man-on assistant. Nice work with the smooth talk there, ma'am. All right, now that we have a test subject, let's get this party started. Let's get it started.
In here.
Hurry up and get in the Mirror-mobile, Vevin.
I'm ready for you to send me to whatever dark corner of history you want, okay?
I mean, we could send him back in time. We could send him to, like, any moment in history. It could get dark. It could get grim. Roger that. The Yoinga is online, setting destination for 3,000 years in the future. Vevin, are you ready to slip the bonds of time and take flight into the bright and distant tomorrow?
Absolutely! I think yes. Here I go!
Now, my precious Mirror-mobile, smash through the walls of the fourth dimension and rewrite the laws of the universe! Well, that was a bit anticlimactic. I don't think it worked. Which, based on what we know, makes sense, because Mira's not going to be here in 3,000 years. If he went for, like, maybe a week, might have gotten somewhere. You know? If he went for, like, a month in the future, maybe. Mira's not here much longer after that. Can't time travel in a world that doesn't exist in the future, you know? Maybe go back. You're not going forward. Whoop, whoop. What in the name of Sir Isaac H. Newton? This sucker hasn't moved an inch. What? Damn it! I've been alive more than 1,000 years, but this is a first. What could have gone wrong?
Oh, wait a minute. What are you all doing 3,000 years in the future? Did you perhaps follow me here in another of the Professor B's time machines? Thank you for coming, Professor. Are you folks ready to go explore the future?
Play along and invite Vivin out to see the amazing world of tomorrow. Yeah, that one.
The total lack of change in scenery after 3,000 years is rather remarkable, don't you think? It makes one wonder what happened to civilization in all those years, doesn't it?
Oh, will you stop already? Clearly, trusting you to pilot my machine was the biggest mistake ever. Damn! The numbers were there. It hit the threshold. If that wasn't enough, then attempting to counter navigation may be the only option left to us. In theory, that should allow for even in the special temporal axis. Yes, that is surely it. I'm sorry to bother you again, kid, but could you bring me some of the topaz wine dropped by the primordial creatures called Tentinsulas? Get me that, and I'll drive my machine through time. I swear it on every speck of science in my brain. I mean, surely I must have some of that already. It certainly seems like I do, yes. I'm back, Professor B, and by the way, why is it gray now? Your time machine was definitely red before. What happened? Is that a flux capacitor you've stuck on the back there? And what about that there? Is that a transmooker? Well, did you get the topaz wine, kid? It's the last thing I need to soup up my magnificent Mirrormobile. Yeah, I did. But what happened to the car? Why is it gray now? Did you strip all the paint off of it for some reason? Excellent work. I'll install it right now. No, I really want. It was a beautiful red color. What did you do to it? Did they only have the one model for this? I guess probably. They didn't bother creating a different version for every different car. There, done. Behold the counter navigation edition of my beautiful machine. It's my utmost creation, capable of overriding every casual factor in mirror space-time. So who's piloting it this time around? A most astute question. I certainly can't trust that shrimp to do it. This time, I'll drive to the future myself! The perfect pilot for the perfect machine! There's not a sliver of a chance of failure. This is goodbye for now, but don't worry, kid. I may literally be back before you know it. Well, yep, have fun in the future, my guy. I appreciate that, kid. Emotional goodbyes make me itch. Where? Now then, it's time for the trial run! Setting destination time past the far side of the future to the time axis I once inhabited. Who's that guy watching from around the corner up there? Did y'all see that? That was creepy. Just peeking around the corner staring? You, Vevin, and the others in this time have been a great help. Though, I could have done without the ones that attacked us. Thank you for everything, Suki Cross. Give Vevin my regards. Take care and farewell. Even if this is goodbye forever, know that I'll never forget you. Yeah, we don't expect this to, like, do anything, though, do we? There's no, we've beaten the game. We know there's no far future for him to travel to. Ha! That's right! Tear through that, with your girl, we're off to the future! He did it. Holy smokes, he's only just gone and done it. Professor B finished his time machine and returned to his own era. Or did he? Something tells me that's not the end of Professor B.
Huh? Where did Professor B go? He asked me to buy these parts he was running low on. What? He went to the future? Just like that? Oh, we did everything together all this time, and now he just takes off?
He said he was grateful, or let's assume his intentions. We're going to deduce them.
I suppose I didn't think of his feelings in all this. You humans are sensitive to that sort of thing, yes? It's true that for all his bluster, he always had something of a bashful side. Maybe he couldn't say goodbye face to face because we went through so much together. The man was a real headache, you know? I'll just have to get to work on building a new and improved Mirrormobile Mark II, I suppose. I'll ride into the future and scare the pants off of Professor B. That would be pretty funny, right? I guess I have a lot of studying ahead of me, huh? Just you wait, Professor.
Alrighty. Howdy, GSNL. Welcome to the live stream chat. Sorry I missed your message till just now. I was very, very invested in my professional voice acting there. I was giving everything I had to the delivery.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do we reckon that's booze or motor oil? On the table right here. I guess it could also be maple syrup. It could be anything. It's got some kind of writing on it, though. Is that like a logo, or is that like an H? Maybe it's a bottle of each, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, Vevin's just here, and Vevin has a quest for us. Do you reckon it's related?
Oh, there you are. I've been looking for you pretty much forever, you know? Anyway, Professor B sent us a message. You're from the future? It sounds like he needs help, but I don't think there's a whole lot I can do. This is one of his inventions. It lets you directly communicate with the specific target's brain. Are you with me so far? I was most surprised when it suddenly materialized on top of my desk one day, you know? Anyway, maybe it's faster if I just show you. I'll play it back again.
This sucker on? Alright, the message is encoded, so only Vevin and Suki Cross can view it. So don't either of you knuckleheads go telling anyone else what you hear. I've still got people after me. Anyway, I'll get to the point. I'm on Great Washington Isle over in Oblivia. I need some help here with, well, you'll see when you get here. And hurry it up. I need to get back to the city and get to the bottom of this anomaly affecting Mira. It seems the space Mira occupies is something even more troubling than we thought. Whoop, whoop. Ah, here comes my prey. Anyway, that's the story. I'll see you here soon. Don't be late.
Did you get all that?
Yep, got every word.
How good. So like I said, the spot the professor mentioned is really somewhere I cannot get to, you know? So I was hoping you could help him out instead. I'm sure you've got a ton of questions for him, right? Like, what is he doing back in our time, for starters?
You received a distress call from Professor B, who was supposed to have returned to the future. Help him however you can. Absolutely.
Thank you. Oh, and good luck with all that. While you're gone, I'll dust off his lab, so we're ready to get cracking once he comes back, all right?
Thank you so much, Bevan. I appreciate it. So he is over in Primordia now, and in fact, I believe he's on these little islands down here. Now would be a great time to also go to this little island while we're in the area. I don't think I've actually gone up here yet, or apparently I have, because I have discovered this place. But I also did go down here and get this F inside, obviously. So goes without saying I've been over here before. I think there's like a boss up there, though, that maybe I haven't fought, or something like that. Or maybe it's just tied directly into the quest. I don't know. What I do know is that it's a good thing we got Skells. That's going to be super helpful today. We only got... No, everybody's got a Skell. That's good. I couldn't remember whether or not I actually assigned one to everyone. It certainly appears as though I have. Is he on top of this rock thing here? No, it doesn't appear like he is. Well, I mean, look, I can get some rewards if I go ahead and defeat these guys just real quick. It'll take me 2 seconds. Well, that was over really quickly, wasn't it? I don't even feel like the weapon went off completely just then. Hold on just a second, though. If we have a look, I need to defeat... Oh, was that just collecting the Perihelion Platinum? No. What was that related to, anyway? Engineer Augments. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Right here, we've got Mephite, Mechanoids, Lophids. No, wait, hold on. Those weren't Mechanoids, were they? I thought those were the weird little owl guys. Maybe I misunderstood what their marks are. Maybe they're underneath this thing. Can you actually get underneath this thing? Now that I think about it, I don't know. Is there a tunnel here? There's Professor B, but hold on. We're going to hop around the island for a moment while I try to figure out whether or not we can get inside. Also, you know what I just realized is I think I was confused. Yeah, that's what it was. I'm confusing the purple things with... Hold on. I confused what I was tracking for engineer augments with squad tasks. Nobody say a word. We're going to carry on like that never happened, okay? That didn't happen. You're imagining that that happened. Okay, so on the Wii U, You see that spot in the distance? Obviously, that's an island. We just saw it on the map here. It's like right over there. We've got some squad tasks waiting for us if we wanted to go over there. I don't remember that showing up on the map. I didn't use the map a lot on the Wii U because you have to have the Wii U gamepad. But I remember seeing that dot before I ever had a Skell and thinking, like, is that supposed to be something or is that just an anomaly in the horizon? And when I realized it was an island that you could get to with the Skell, you could swim over there too if you wanted to, blew my mind. And there's a ton of them in this game. There are little islands all over the place. It's really easy to just find them on the map, but I think if they didn't show up on the map, they'd be even cooler because you would just have to look out on the horizon and notice a dot. Professor B, how are you doing 2D? Whoop whoop! Hey, it's you, kid! You finally got here! Now I can finally say goodbye to roughing it like some kind of Neanderthal. I've been living a novel existence since the day I took off in my Mirror-mobile, let me tell you. Okay. I'm really impressed that you survived in the wild so long. It's been no picnic, let me tell you. I got thrown here when my time travel attempt failed. I've been living off primordial creature meat ever since. Blech. My Mirror-mobile was intact at least, so I haven't had to worry about being rained on. Still, it's been quite a rustic experience. I'm sure you have many more questions where that one came from, kid. But would you mind dealing with these damn idiots that are surrounding us first? What? You don't notice them, kid? Tisk tisk. It seems pretty clear they followed you here. They're probably Gad's goons. You remember that human who attacked you? He seemed awfully eager to pay me a visit. I'll be reclining in my Mirror-mobile in the meantime. Let me know when you've mopped them up, would you? Thanks, kid. Yeah, okay. Professional as ever. I'm sure you've got it well in hand. Just let me know when you're ready to go. And off he goes. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was going to go fight guys immediately. Is that not it? Is that not what we're doing? I have to talk to him? I wish that it had actually played out such that you would see the guys creeping up. That would be better. All set? Not that the likes of Gad will give you any trouble, am I right? No, not at all. I'm ready. Happy hunting! Hey, Gad! How long are you planning to play hide and seek precisely? Was Gad the one watching from behind that post earlier? Oh, that would make so much sense if he was the one, like, oddly creeping on us. You won't get your grubby mitts on my tech by hiding, you know. It probably was him. I gotta get back in my, I gotta get the voice back. Hold on. Faces to go along with their questions? You up and disappeared on me. And now I find you? You've been camping out here this whole time? Well, vacation's over, Professor. Now, all that's left is figuring out what happens next. Tell you what, why don't we let your little guard dog there decide how this goes down? Will it be A, you hand the professor over quietly, nobody gets hurt, and we live happily ever after? Or B, you resist like an idiot, and I kills you anyway. Then I scrape out the professor's brains and take what's inside. Choice is all yours, pal. I got no complaints, as long as I get what I'm after. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna fight. There's never gonna be anything other than a fight. If I had a credit for every time I hear that one, tragic how none of them realize it's just a little too late. You can see it in their eyes as they're lying there bleeding out. I should have gone with choice A. Ah, well, what are you gonna do? I have a skill too. I'm not too pressed on this.
Looks like they're on our case.
It looks that way. Thanks, Al, for that input.
Empower
It almost feels like it's too good of a weapon. I'm starting to think this weapon isn't well balanced. You know what I mean? Oh, do I actually have to survive 3 minutes? Is that what's happening here? Oh, I see. So it's not... Oh my goodness, I just have to sit here and keep doing this. Well, fortunately, I have a squad task for humanoids. So we're getting material tickets every time we do this, but we're only getting like 2 for each guy. This is not the most efficient farming technique, but we got it. We might as well keep doing it because we got to survive another 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Oh, we've completed our squad task. I don't think we'll get any extra now. I mean, is this? Can I wipe them all out with this ability, and would it be faster? How efficient can we make this process?
Looks like follow my lead.
I like that it's over before like the music really gets a chance to kick in. I mean, I could do this all day. I don't want to though. It'd be better if we were getting like a ton of XP. We're getting 62 for each guy defeated. We would have to defeat thousands of them at this point to ever actually like achieve anything. You know what I mean? What about a big bomb? If I throw a bomb at one of them, I think that's this ability. Would it damage the other ones? It knocks them all over. It doesn't damage them all though. What about this ability? I think it only attacks one guy. Interesting. So if you don't defeat them all at once, it looks like there's a chance for more to respawn. And the fight just keeps going. Should we do this on the ground at this point? Like it feels like this feels unfair.
You just got the out.
I'll tell you what. We're gonna get out of the Skell. We're gonna get out of the Skell, and we're gonna fight them on ground. Because at least then we have the opportunity to do some like abilities. You know, combat feels a little bit more engaging. Look at this. See, this is probably more what they had in mind. This is definitely way more exciting, thrilling, action-packed.
I'm not done with you yet. Look at this sitting duck.
No. I was gonna go into overdrive, but no, I'm not. We'd probably defeat them so quickly that overdrive would be over before we had a chance to like actually get overdrive going.
I'm not done with you yet.
Okay. 2 seconds left. Great job, everyone. Damn idiots! I can only imagine the scientists that would use that lot as hired goons. Even if they get their hands on my knowledge, it'd take them centuries to make any sense of it. They can't see an inch past their own blasted noses! Science is all about keeping your eyes 100 paces down the road as you work. The moment they start spending time stealing others' work instead of doing their own, it's a lost cause. Meh. I agree 100%. Yeah, I concur. Although there are those in this era working to author their own new chapter in history. Vevin's one of them despite all his inexperience. The future I come from was built in part by such folks. So I've got to do what I can as well. And to do that, I need to get back to NLA. But could you possibly gather some blast charge from around here in Oblivia, kid? We need it to fuel the Mirror-mobile. I think I probably already have some. Let me just hop out of my Skell here and try not to accidentally hit the knee in the back, or the front of the car even. That'd be a little detrimental. Get your hands on that fuel! Once the tank's full, I can have a Mirror-mobile back in LA in no time! Yep, here you go. That should be more than enough to get this sucker back! Next stop in LA! See you back in the lab, kid! Oh, and I've got another big project I'll need your help with, alright? Ask what his important new research is, or smile and tell him to drive safe. That one. We're just gonna be chill. Ha! Good old Suki Cross, as thoughtful as ever! We're just the plucky assistant at this point, and we like it. But I'm folding space-time here, kid. Traffic jams and fender benders are for the commoners. I'll be back in LA on a faster-than-light truck. I mean, we can also just, like, insta-teleport back to NLA. There's a slight loading screen, which probably won't be the case on the Switch 2, hopefully. All right, here we go. Mirror-mobile launch! Should we fly out to that island while we're in the general area real quick? Just to see what's... I mean, I know there's some... Oh, I guess we're flying now. I know that there's some pretty big fellas out there. I don't know if we're going to be able to tussle with them right now. But welcome to Oblivia Waters, where you can find certain objects, like, what was that, an illogical etching or something like that? There are probably some items you can only get out here in the middle of the ocean. I don't know that for sure. Job Primrose, Spino Corrector, some kind of helmet. We're going to collect all of these while we're out here, and we probably will by the time we get to these islands where these big fellas are. And they're just kind of hanging out right now. What are they? They're pretty low level. I reckon we can take them. We could probably also take that guy right in the middle there. Can we take them all one at a time, though? Is that possible?
Consider yourself, they're wide open up here. Shoot 'em.
Concentrate your fire. Let's see if we can defeat this guy first. I don't want to get into a fight with all three of them, even though they're much lower level than we are. Keep in mind, your scout level is a bit different than your character's level, so it doesn't necessarily carry over, you know?
When I hit hard.
Oh, there we go.
This on.
Consider yourself.
Gotcha. Let's get hunting. Time for you to wimp out. Need a boost?
Bring it on. Are you kidding?
Need a boost?
We're attacking the giant, like, glimpse on his head first. Not because I think it's going to benefit us. I actually don't know if it's going to benefit us. It just made sense to me to do that.
Have a biscuit.
We should buff up now and play it safe. Time for you to wimp out.
I'm assuming it might attack a lot with its, like, mouth, which is why we targeted that next. Definitely not just because that's what the game automatically targeted for us. And not because I didn't notice that it had a tail we could be attacking instead. The tail probably does make more sense. Looks like it could whip that thing around and hit us.
Time for you to wimp out.
I hit hard.
I don't reckon we're gonna get the tail.
Feel this color.
Oh no, we did. I was gonna say before it died. So, considering we've done a lot of attacks that do typically count as AoEs, and if we didn't accidentally get either of the other two, I'm really not sure if it's necessary to take the two of them out first. I think we could probably just immediately attack that guy and have zero issues. We're going to move over and do this guy next, though.
Consider yourself, they're wide
Just,
open
again,
up here.
be on the safe
Shoot
side.
'em.
Overdrive and get out and clear.
Consider yourself scored. Phoenix win.
Try this on. Take this. I popped us a body part. You know the drill.
When I
Did he
hit,
just say pop
I hit
goes the
hard.
body parts?
Right.
What a grim thing to say. I mean, I know it's literally what we're doing, but I don't want to like lampshade it like that. I'm not comfortable with
Need
it.
a boost?
Are you kidding? Feel this color.
Okay, forget the mouth. Go for the tail. It's all about the tail.
From here.
Bring it on.
Keep this up
Like
forever.
skeleton. Have a biscuit.
Sparks are gonna fly.
Hang in there.
So we definitely did a lot more damage that time. We did, like, before we got literally every body part. We got its two big balloons, its mouth, and its tail, and then that time it died on the tail attack. I don't know why that is. What are you? Bressel the Fugitive? What, of the law?
Consider yourself.
What did you do? Did you do, like, armed robbery or something? How are you a fugitive? By human laws or by whatever your species is?
Need a boost? Need a boost?
Do you reckon it's him that took down this helicopter here?
Biscuit.
Well, that was a lot more straightforward than I sort of anticipated it being. But we got Worn Mother God's Bracer. Okay. I don't know what that is or how that functions. I'm assuming it's a bit of armor, but there you go. And we collected, we did some field skill stuff here. Well, I'm glad we took the time to come over to this island. It's not as interesting as I had hoped. But I suppose what we can check now is whether or not any of the objects we've collected in the ocean on the way here are going to end up being, like, new and useful. If we have a look at our intel and collectopedia for Oblivia. We are missing 2 objects. No, we're missing 1. It's whatever this is. It's a relic. It's somewhere that goes between Ouroboros and a Nopalith, a rectangular stone monument of perfect black. According to Nopon folklore, it brings great wisdom to any who dare touch it. I mean, that looks like a calculator to me. I'm pretty sure is what that is. which I guess, yeah, the Nopon would view that as particularly useful. Something tells me we're not going to be finding, like, a relic out here on the ocean. Maybe. I don't know what kind it would be, though. I'm trying to keep an eye on everything we're getting as it comes in. Do we have yet enough to go by the... Oh, okay. At some point in the next 15-ish minutes, I reckon we're going to have enough Marinium to go get the Ares, which is pretty exciting. So, back to Mira, or back to... We're always on Mira. There's no leaving Mira until, you know, post-13. But time to get back to Professor B's lab, which we can now fast travel right to. I didn't notice that before. I guess that's why when we wandered back in there earlier, it said it was added to our map. Exciting stuff. A new fast travel point. Always a good thing to have. Always convenient. But time to head back to here and check in on him and Vevin and see how things are going. Good heavens! Is that even possible? Hey, kid! Have you ever seen something that overturned everything you believed in up to that point? Yes, I have. Absolutely. I envy you, kid. For it seems I've grown overconfident in myself. I thought I'd seen everything in my 1,000+ years of living. Myriad time periods, countless planets. I watched an entire civilization rise and fall. Along the way, I guess I fell into the trap of thinking I'd figured out everything the universe had to offer. What a fool! And what did it get me? I fell into a rigid mindset and was blinded to the simplest of truths. So now I need you to bring me some ancient Nopon artifacts from all over Mira immediately. Do you mind, kid? Specifically, there are 3 or so of these objects, which will be key. Collect those and we can finally lay this mystery bare. I'm sorry? What do you need me to get? Find a Nopalith in Oblivia. Oh, apparently we have done that. Did we? Oh yeah, no, that's the one that we had on the list. Find a shiny lamp in Noctilum and find a spirit wand in Sylvalum. I mean, is it going to be marked on my map for me if I just, like, open it up and we have a look? Surely it will be if we're tracking the quest. It'll tell me where to locate it. Oh! Yes, indeed. Can confirm. All over the place over here. As well as just some other quests in the region, which we're not doing right now, okay? We could. We're not going to. We're not even going to collect it. We're just going to acknowledge that it's there in the general vicinity, and we'll get around to it at some point. Much like someday we'll eventually get around to rescuing Mia. She's currently missing in action. We'll find her. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What is this giant ball? Is this something I can investigate, or is this a strange petrified tree, you say? I don't know about that. Apparently that's what it is. I mean, it just looks like a big ball. But apparently it's some kind of tree. It's a different world. It was never going to be the same. Do I just need the one of them? That's it? Hold on, have I ever had one of these before? Wait, hold on. Do I currently have that? If we, real quickly, let's check the Collectopedia and see if we've ever collected one of these before. That's going to be whatever this is, probably. Yeah, Spirit Wand. If we put that Spirit Wand in there, it should mark it again on the map, right? And lead us back to another one? No. Maybe we didn't actually have to have one to give to him. Maybe we just needed to lay eyes on them at least once. Is kind of how I guess we're going to interpret that. I mean, I kind of thought we had to give it to him. And if I used it, we wouldn't be able to give it to him. What is this? Alien Reliquary. Okay. Nice! Well, that was the treasure for this region. We're now at 30% Sylvalum surveillance, or whatever you call it. Survey rate, I suppose. Surveillance is a different thing. We're knocking out many birds with very few stones right now. We're knocking out many birds with just 1 or 2 stones. It's a great time. Is Sylvalum supposed to sound like it has a Christmas theme? Because it certainly does. Professor B, I am back. I didn't really bring you anything. I actually stuck it in my Collectopedia. Hopefully you don't mind. This proof will involve a colossal formula. It's more work than I can reasonably get through on my own. I'll need Vevin to carry his weight for once. I think I've been fairly useful. Oh, sorry, that was Vevin. Hold on. There we go. Okay.
I think I've been fairly useful so far, haven't I? I was planning to just continue that.
Ha! Big words, Pipsqueak. I'll hold you to them. You can expect to be run ragged while Suki Cross is off relic hunting. I did it, though. Okay, see, so the game says that I've completed the mission, but I very clearly haven't, because I guess I put the piece into the Collectopedia. But the game thinks that I have it. So have I broken the game now? Do I need to go back and try to find another one? Normally items respawn pretty quickly after you leave, so it's possible that if we just go back to here and we wander around, we'll find another one. Which is what I was kind of hoping for. I was hopeful that if I just put it in my Collectopedia, it would put the mark back on the screen. I wouldn't have to come find one later for the Collectopedia. I could just follow the mark to another. Obviously, that didn't pan out. I think maybe we done goofed is what we've done. I think maybe I've made a horrific mistake. Is this a guy? Is this like the region? No, this is just like I mean, it is a guy. It has nothing to do with completing this region. But they might get in the way, and for those reasons alone.
Consider yourself scored. Phoenix wins.
I mean, they're running away, actually. And actually, he managed to get away. So there's just no reason for what we just did. And he's going to continue on his way, and God bless him. All right, keep an eye on the left side of the screen. We need to pay attention to the things we're collecting. And as soon as we see whatever the one we were here for last time pop in, I don't actually remember. What if we just, like, don't find it? That was a garden rock. Like a garden variety rock. A cold berry. Come here, you. I'm finishing you off.
Consider yourself, we've got the first strike. Take it in close.
Into the fray. Let's get high. I stake it all on this shot, and I shall not miss. This
There we go. Alright, there we go. Got that task completed.
My strength,
Straw buoy, stone screw. What if the object was super rare, and we didn't realize that? This bodes ill. This bodes very ill. Did we have to travel this way further than I'm remembering? What if it only shows up at night during the day? No, it would have told me that, I guess. I'm in the right general area, though. Here's this thing, which we collected when we were here before. So it was right around here. Oh, goodness me. You're quite the unit there, aren't you? Go on your way, then. Spirit Wand, there it is. Alright. Whew. I guess maybe don't do that. The game is not anticipating it, and it has no way to, like, react or respond appropriately if you do that, is what we've learned here today. Back we go. I didn't know. I assumed it would recognize... Or I thought it would either warn me that we needed it for a quest, or that it would recognize it left our inventory and put another markup on the map. Professor B, I'm back again. Looks the same. It's finally finished! It took a small fortune and a complete retool of the Mirrormobile, but this new should finally give us some answers!
A machine to measure the sum of everything about this world. A less scientific mind might call it God? I haven't slept, and the workabout killed me, but I think it's all worth it, don't you?
Yes, you were a lot more useful than I expected, Vevin. Well, what about you, kid? Find those Nopon relics yet? I've got a shiny lamp, a Nopalith, and a spirit wand. Great! Installed and ready to go! I'll fire this sucker up now! It's a remote control now, I guess. Amazing. No errors so far. Your algorithm's working like a charm, Vevin.
That's good. I looked over that thing so many times, I could likely recite it from memory, you know?
You might have to when it blows up. Yes, yes, Ignoror, Yithnor, and Yilmorg. And there's the last of it. Eureka! Finally! The great secret of Mira is... Wait, what's this? All sequences reversing, canceling out entirely. Now, what in the name of Sir Isaac H. Newton is going on?
The power output's overheating.
Now, hold on. This phenomenon, it's precisely as if...
It's going critical, Professor! At this rate, I think we're going to lose the
peak timing on that sound effect. Ask how the experiment went, or shake your head at another experiment gone horribly wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong. No, no, no. Let's be quirky. How'd it go? Can't you tell from looking, kid? It failed. I don't understand. Yithnar was operating perfectly. It's like Mira itself is denying my inquisitiveness. The test points to some vague possibilities, but without data to back them up, any conclusions I draw are simply meaningless speculation.
Did you figure something out, Professor? When it began to overheat, it certainly did start acting so very strange.
I'm a professor, damn it! A scientist! Giving voice to meaningless speculation is the death of a logical mind! Look to the next test, Vevin. We'll refine and improve, and see the veil torn away from this planet. Hello, hello, it's your friendly discount recycled and secondhand goods merchant Graham here. Whoa, sorry. Am I interrupting something? I just dropped by to square us away on all those parts you bought from me. Whoop whoop, the path of invention calls. New challenges beckon me ever on urgently forward. Vevin, Suki Cross, you handle the rest. Ask Vevin why Professor... I think we know why he ran away. What do the parts cost? Professor B recently took out a small mountain of parts off my hands. I just swung by to collect the payment. With an extra special friend of the shop discount, it comes out to an even 100 million credits. Pretty juicy bit of business if I say so myself. Yeah.
I don't think I can pay that. And the professor is broke from building the Mirabelle bill, so I doubt he has that kind of money either.
Oh, you little joker. No, seriously, that's not funny. I had to call in some huge favors to wrangle all those parts together. Wait, you serious? Crap, you are serious! If he cheats me out of this tab, my life is over. I don't even want to imagine it.
Does it involve being used as free labor by a Nopon caravan?
Wait, you are joking, aren't you? Fled through time. Oh man, Rich, you man-on are such little imps. Such a kidder. Please be joking.
I'm sorry, but I don't think the professor will be coming back for a while, you know? But I'll do what I can to make this right.
Okay then, the experiment may have failed, but the professor's sense of curiosity remains as strong as ever. Now he's run off somewhere, leaving his debts behind. King.
Do you really think he is from the future? I mean, do you wonder if maybe this is more than just a really elaborate con?
He always struck us as suspicious or believe he is from the future. I don't believe he's from the future. And I do think he's suspicious. But I do think there's more to him. Let's believe. Let's not give Vevin... Like, let's leave him with a bit of hope. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right? I mean, you must be right. Otherwise, how could he come up with all these amazing inventions? Sure, the Mirrormobile has been one giant failure after the next, but still... Worst case scenario, he's got that technology, right? I'm sure he'll find a way to make the money before the debt crushes him, won't he? Right. Everything is going to be absolutely fine? In any case, I guess you should track down the professor. Oh, and, thank you for your help, Suki Cross.
I think it... You know what? No matter what, even if he didn't time travel, he flew from one end of mirror to the other. He just, like, instant... Not even flying. It's teleportation. I know we joke about teleporting all over the map. Here's the thing, right? That's a joke. In the canon of the game, you can't fast travel. Okay? That's just for our sake. That's for the gamers. In the real world, they can't do that. Professor B can. Professor B actually teleported from the middle of New LA, sheer across Primordia, and into Oblivia. That's cool technology. Was it what he was trying to do? No. But it's something. He's got that going for him. Looks like Professor B is starting up his own arms manufacturer called Factory 121. like, Minecraft version that we're currently on. I sure hope he knows what he's doing. Anyway, you can head over to the AM Terminal and Armory Alley to check it out. I don't remember ever unlocking that, so I don't think I did all of the Professor B quests my first time through. And also, he's back. Does he have anything interesting to say? Ask Professor B about Mira, asking about recent developments. In my time, most of the galaxies have already been charted. But these indigenous Nopon creatures, and that envelops this planet, I've never heard of a world like this. I've never even heard of a galaxy like this. And those results from this world may hold far deeper secrets than we'd ever conceived of. You cannot imagine what a thrill it will be for me to solve this world's myriad of mysteries. Yeah, so it turns out none of that really goes anywhere, because the whole planet gets destroyed. Spoiler alert. That's pretty disappointing, isn't it, to find that out. Maybe there is more to it. Maybe we're being a little harsh on the game. There is something. You know what? We could headcanon Mira being something special. We could say that actually, no, you know, the thing about Mira is it's actually a combination of universes, like the remnants, the scraps left over from the destruction of the ghosts. It's not true, probably, but we can pretend. We can make believe. How am I looking when it comes to Meridium? We're just waiting on the next shipment. We just got Frontier Nav revenue. And that happens every 15 minutes. And then we get Meridium every 30 minutes. So we're 15 minutes away, hopefully, from the next batch. That's going to get us up to that 100,000. So what do we do in the meantime? Well, let's have a look at the map and see what we've done around here. So we've knocked out a whole bunch of quests along in here. This is going to be a data probe breakthrough with Hugo. Hugo's a good guy. When we do his data probe quests, he tends to give us pretty helpful things, like more data probes. So we might as well go and chat with him and just see what his next quest is going to be. And then I think what we're going to do is probably some Affinity missions, because those are voiced. And after doing all of that, Professor B! My throat hurts a little bit. And yeah, that was 100% inspired by Simon Lane's Professor... What is his name in the Shadow of Israfel series? I'm Professor... is it Professor Griswold or something like that? I'm the Professor Griswold! I think it's something along those lines. Where are you at, my guy? I saw you were in here. I like that he just fades into existence. Hugo! What's up? Meridium, Meridium, Meridium. Sure, creating battle probes requires a special breed of genius, but mostly... sorry. No, that's Professor B. But mostly, it takes a ton of Meridium. So please supply me with the materials I need to build the first in a series of range attack probes. Don't let this little wonder die on the page. Okay, yeah, I'll help you, but let's see how much he needs. It's a blessing to have found such a cooperative and understanding patron such as yourself. Unfortunately, my design requires 20,000 units. Think you can swing it? We can accept his mission and we can track it. Sorry to demand so much. If it makes you feel better, I at least realize that the quantities I'm asking for are somewhat insane. Yeah, they're getting there. But I also promise to deliver a product worthy of the materials and your efforts. Okay, we are not going to turn them in right now, because 20,000 is going to be well more than what we're going to get on the next return. I think. We got 78,000. Hold on, let's do some rudimentary math here. I'm going to bring up a calculator. I don't need a calculator. Wait, hold on. How much do we get on each go-around? What did I say we had? We had 78. Plus... No! 78. No! Stop it! The all clear, it doesn't work properly on iPhones anymore. 78 plus 37 minus 20 leaves us with 95. Basic math. Not enough to get the Ares, so we're just not going to do that right now. We'll wait. We'll come back to this. But we've got it accepted, and we know now, okay? Do I have a certain build? Right now, no. Not really. My character's build right now is sort of just... you know what? After we maxed out all of our classes, I just went back to the... what is it called? I've already forgotten. Give me a second here. Nope, that's skills. Go back. I went back to Drifter, which is just like the base class, because you get the 5 skill slots with it. None of the other classes give you 5 skill slots. And once you've maxed everything out, you can use any weapon you want to. And I'm just using, like, super basic. I think I just went with the Full Metal Jaguar stuff. And we can get into Overdrive pretty quickly, and we can maintain it pretty easily. But to be honest, I do everything in the Skell at this point, you know? I'm super boring. I just walk up and I use the Phoenix, and the mission is completed. I know there are some bosses in the game that we haven't tackled yet, for which that is not going to work, because we either can't get a Skell to them physically, or they'll wreck the Skell very quickly, and I know you can do bigger numbers in ground combat with certain builds. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I know it's a thing we're going to need to do eventually. We're going to have to, like, cross that bridge when we get to it. But my plan then will probably be to follow... And Nell put out a guide the other day for doing crazy damage with Core Crusher, and basically setting up a build where you add a bunch of appendage damage modifiers, so you deal a bunch of damage to appendages. But then with... Actually, so I did experiment with that a little bit. If you take a look right now, I forgot I had this on there, but if you look at my current active skills, I should probably switch this out because I'm not doing it right now. I did put Core Crusher on there. So Ether attribute attacks cannot damage enemy appendages, but deal 150% primary damage when targeting them. So basically, the concept is, for anyone who doesn't know, Core Crusher, you can't damage appendages. But if you use an Ether weapon, and you throw a whole bunch of like appendage damaging augments on it, and then you attack a guy, it'll deal 150% of that damage to the actual guy. And you could do stupidly high numbers and just obliterate people. Now, you have to have Ether weapons for this to work, and you need to have some appendage damage buffs as well. So I basically got as far as equipping that and then going to the store to buy some Ether weapons, and then I lost interest. I got distracted. I think I went and mined tickets instead. So, yeah, we didn't make it very far on that. But having a look now at our map and trying to determine what we're going to do again while we wait. We're not going to do this one right now. We're not going to try. I mean, we've got it. We can do it in a minute, but we're waiting to get the Meridium in so that we can actually get the Ares. And I think while we wait on that, what is this? Report to the client for briefing. They're waiting at Blade Tower. What even is this? Talk to Stella at the Administrative District's Blade Tower. Scouting in secret. When did I accept this? I apparently at some point selected a whole bunch of basic missions, and we keep finding them on the map, and I have no memory of ever accepting them. Also, when do we get to start with the next chapter at the water purification plant? When is the next chapter of that going to kick up? Because that's when it gets fun. There's nothing waiting for us at the actual purification plant. We probably have to do some more stuff around town, I'd assume. What is this? Elle's Conundrum. Oh, wait, no, that one's great! Hold on, we should do that. That unlocks Elle's stand, or store, or whatever you might call it. What do I need to do for this? It looks like... No requirements. Progress requirements not met. Complete booming business mission. I guess I haven't done that one yet. Is that one we have to pick up from the board, you reckon? Or do I need to go track it down somewhere in the world? Either way, let's go check the board first off. We might have to end up clearing out some of the ones we've apparently collected at some distant, forgotten point in the past. Booming business. Let's just see if that's on here. Yeah, so we've got Meridium request off the record, a concerned citizen, and scouting in secret. I don't remember accepting most of these. We're not going to do that one because we need the Meridium at the moment. That one I would like to complete at some point. Talk to Alex in the Commercial District's West Melville Street. Okay, yeah, we'll get around to it. Talk to Stella at the... Okay, we'll get around to it. Is this the one where the individual fell off of a roof? Whatever happened to that? Were we still tracking that, or did we give up on it at some point? Ambush. One little problem. Indigent investigation. Caesar. I already forgot what we were looking for. It's completely left my mind. I didn't notice that there's a category right next to the name of the quests, and in between that and difficulty. It's been there this whole time. It's a massive thing at the top that says category, and you can see whether or not it's a bounty or a gathering mission, and somehow that completely just escaped my notice up until this moment. And I guess what we'd probably be looking for is social ones. Report to the client for briefing. They are waiting on the deck of the man-on ship. Okay, yeah, this is where you get to the social ones, which is probably what we would be looking for. It's not here, which means booming business is probably one that we can just play or find somewhere out and about in the world if we scroll through all of the myriad of green marks. You played on the Wii U? Certain builds don't work anymore. Oh man, I played on the Wii U too. I didn't get that into deep into the different mechanics. I basically almost exclusively did the story and a few little side bits, and then I played it for the first time. I think what year did Xenoblade? Did that come out in 2022? Xenoblade Chronicles 3? I think it did. I think that was 2022. Hold on. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Release date. Yeah, July 2022. So I started playing in June of 2022, if I remember properly, Xenoblade Chronicles X for the first time. And I basically just rushed to beat it before 3 came out, and then said, we'll come back and do more stuff after we beat 3. We did not. We spent a very long time playing 3, and we did not make our way back to this for some time. Which is a shame. Howdy, Gilliam. Happy Passover to you as well. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying your time with the family and taking care. All right, what did I say we were going to do? We're going to try to find big business, close encounters, frontier spirit, waste not, want not, the handyman on. I think that was a requirement for something we wanted to do at some point. Booming business is right there. It's right next door to where we wanted. We were within a stone's throw. Not even. We were in like a potato toss. It's just Regina here. I guess it's her quest. Unfortunately, it does mean that I have to do more reading. Do you think Regina would have
Like, can I have my voice? Oh, this open-air shop is delightful. It is truly a purveyor's paradise I have been seeking. Salutations. You are the proprietor of this charming boutique. We would make words at you. What? Look, buddy, if this is about the shop, can we do it later? I haven't got a thing to sell. The shelves are empty. Just like me.
Well, that's a bit dramatic. What happened to her inventory, or ask if she needs help?
That's sweet. You bleed, I take it? So, was my husband. He was out on an assignment a while back with some Xeno. Well, it killed him. He used to find me little trinkets to sell, but since then... Yeah, I have nothing to sell. And I have no idea what I'm going to do now. If I can't keep the shop going, I need to find some other job. Some way to support the blades. At least, that's what I should do. But... I just don't have the energy, you know? It's all I can do. To just stand here and talk to you.
Our condolences for your loss, my good woman. But this may be just the chance of a lifeline. You see, we have been collecting and producing works of the most exquisite sort for some time now. Inventions and such mostly. And it is our fevered wish to sell them to the people of Earth at bargain seller prices. This store is a fitting vessel for the display and sale of said works, is it not? As such, we most hungrily request that you permit us to use your delightful shop.
Is this blue thing for real? My husband is dead. We ran the shop together. Why the hell would I let you walk in and take over?
But this is not sadder still to think of such a precious thing sitting idle? To let it fall into despair and ruin? Surely your late spouse would want the shop to remain open?
Yeah, I suppose he might.
We are presently in collaboration with a man-on a certain secret device. It is a most exciting project that we assure you will benefit all of humankind. Please, my lady, place your trust in us. We promise that we will not, how do you say, miss the point? Stop Elle from further harassing the grieving widow. Well, that makes it sound like the objectively correct thing to do when you phrase it like that. But it's not what we're going to do. Express your trust and belief in Elle. Absolutely, that one.
You're a better person than me if you trust this weirdo. Still, I can see he's serious about the shop. I'll do it under one condition. It involves something my husband hopes to do as a pathfinder.
I want you to help develop Oblivion's frontier nav and push it past 30% mark. He was always so dedicated, and I'm sure he'll rest easier knowing the work he left behind is done.
I accept, but I think we probably have already done that. I'd have to go check.
We got our marriage certificate a couple of weeks before the whale took off, but things were so chaotic, we didn't get much of a chance to celebrate. He said that once his work in Oblivion's frontier nav was 30% done, we'd hold a proper wedding and celebrate carving out a life for ourselves here on Nira. It's more a funeral than a wedding now, but I still want it, so just tell me when it's done.
We'll have to check. I'm pretty sure we've already done that. Where is she? She doesn't exist. Well, hold on. Let's check the map then, I suppose. Oh, yeah. No, we're like at 70%. I did not realize that. Yeah, no, we've crushed it. I guess this is probably something we could have been doing a long time ago, and I just didn't realize until right now.
I got a call from the Pathfinders. Sounds like you saw my husband's work through. That's good. Now you can rest without regrets, and the shop's yours to use as promised.
Many thanks, my good woman. We swear that you will not regret your decision. Rest assured, this business's ship has scum in.
Wait, what? Scum in? No? I think you mean it ship has come in? It's a metaphor, right? It means... Oh, forget it. A goof like you makes it very hard to stay depressed, you know? I may not get my wedding, but you've given me the motivation to give the man I loved a proper funeral. That gives me some closure, at least. Thank you. I guess... is... what I'm trying to say.
I lost the thread of the sentence halfway through.
Good luck with the shop.
See you later. Godspeed. Peace and blessings on you. Oh yeah, no, this looks exactly like what Elle would be doing. How does it look?
Jian, our little device nearly complete? Ha! Leave it to the mad artist Al, right? Your design was delightfully mad, though. Very, very exciting work. I haven't had this much fun twiddling cogs since I was a kid, maybe.
I don't want to hear about you twiddling your cogs, thank you.
Anyway, all we need are 5 pieces of slimy epithelium, 5 pieces of strong iron, and 3 Zetus twigs, or perhaps 5 those, and I'm pretty sure we're good to go. If you can't wait to see the resulting breakthrough, maybe you could hurry, you know? That was directed at you, friends of Elle. Not to sound pushy or anything, okay? It's just that with those materials, I can finally make Elle's super machine a reality, you see?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Blind faith! It's an attractive quality in a friend, isn't it? Thanks very much. This will be easier if we all work together. You know what I'm saying?
Doing like a little jig. I guess we just had them because we've immediately faded into whatever this is.
Oh, you did it! I'm pretty sure this is everything I need. We should be ready to go, I think. Hear that, Elle? It's finally time to put the final touches on your miracle machine, isn't it?
And we trust you to do just that, friend. Once complete, this device will be a revolution in revolutionary inventions. It will be terribly useful to the Blades, not to mention a first-rate crowd puller for our humble shop. Oh, wow. I guess I'll do my best. Oh, sorry.
Oh, wow, I guess I'll do my best, okay? Let me go make the finishing touches now.
I need to know what this is and what it does. I have no memory of it. It looks special. It looks unique.
It's finished, Elle. Hopefully it's all right?
Ah, wonderful! We've just finished lining up our tempting throng of tantalizing trinkets. Our shop is moments away from its grandiose opening. Moments, we tell you! And what do you think, friend? Will our store be the new talk of the tower? What does this mysterious device do, though? Ah, how rude of us. We failed to explain. This mother of all inventions opens additional augment slots in your weapons and armor, both with ground gear and scales as well. With one simple purchase, Blade can now elevate their equipment to new and lofty heights. That is really useful. But they say a picture's worth 1,000 worms. So by way of demonstration, we will give you this attack assault rifle. Try giving it a new augment slot.
I'm ready pretty much any time, you know. Let's open up some slots, okay?
Come one, come all. Add slots to gear for a sum of meridium. As many a wise human has said, you don't want to bring a fife to a gunfight? Oh, okay. Turn good gear great at L's wondrous new shop. Do I actually need to do this to complete the quest? Is this like a requirement? Open an augment slot on a piece of your equipment. He did give us a piece of equipment, I guess, but am I supposed to use that? Or can I just use something that I've already got equipped? Like let's say I've got these ultra ceramic blades, or these here ultra nebulan dual guns, or literally anything else in my current inventory. Let's say this, because it's only got the one on it, right? 30,000 meridium. Okay, so here's the here's the problem with that. You know what I mean? That's a little bit more reasonable. The only issue is I really want to get 14,000. I want to complete this quest, but I also really want to get that skull. 11,000. What was our math earlier? What did we come up with? How much did we have? And how much do we have 78. And how much do we get? I think we can do this. I think we can do it just on the Worn Vivid headset. It's not that expensive. Yeah, add the slot. Go ahead. There you go. We did it. This is going to be useful, though. This is going to be very useful. Thus new slots for augments are born and otherwise unremarkable equipment, all thanks to our handy new invention. It's certain to become a necessity for all self-respecting blades. And when they come by to avail themselves of this service, they'll be unable to pass up the rest of our fantastical collection. Okay, yeah, no, you're right. Sounds like a solid plan. Most excellent. You have our thanks. We are terribly eager to share these peerless works with all the citizens of New LA.
Well, I think your shop will be a huge success, Al. So maybe I can stay to help? You'll need someone to maintain your super machine after all, won't you?
We would be delighted. As they say on Earth, only the very finest party in a storm. I don't even know what that one's meant to be based on. Well, we are officially open for business, and it was you who made the grand opening possible. We hope you will accept this as thanks, and also be sure to frequent our shop. After all, a friend who spins is a friend in need. Yup, you know, he's making good points there. He's making reasonable points. Okay, but you know what would be great is if we got... Oh, hold on, is that it? Is that it coming in over there right now? We got some Cometite. We're getting some credits. We're getting a bunch of credits. We got some Facultium, some Orite. I mean, the quickest way to find out would just be to open this and see that we have... No, it has not come in yet. What is taking so long? Why is it taking so long? I feel like we should have gotten it already. When is this next order coming through? Order. You know what I'm trying to say, though. Like, if you have a look at the map, Frontier nav, we're expecting 37,000 meridium at some point. I wish there was a timer that I could just check, and it would tell me when that next batch is coming through. That would be helpful. At the present, we don't have anything like that. Oh, I really need to go through and, like, alter some of this. It is kind of like a haphazard mess. We could be making a lot more. It's very... I just placed things down at random, kind of, is what we did. I just needed to get up to 100,000 storage, which is what we aimed for. All right, well, I guess now we can do the affinity mission, right? No requirements. Should we have him in our party? I feel like we probably should, and I'll tell you what, for this one, we're going to go into our active members. Fog, we've got you up to 2 hearts now, which is great. You're Elma now. Gajirig, 2.5 hearts, not bad. You're going to be Len. And Al, 3 hearts, and we're working on a 4th. Well, let me get Al in the party, please. Thank you. The goal by the end of the game is to have everyone maxed out. Let's do an Infinity mission. Complete Chapter 10, done and dusted. Complete Booming Business, done and dusted. Let's get started. And I'm so glad I don't have to read anymore. That's the thing I'm most glad about.
Friends! We are all friends indeed, which makes us friends in need, correct?
Oh, what? Sorry, El, I don't follow.
We wish to speak to you of a slight problem.
Tatsu will listen for free.
Truly a no-pon's no-pon, it pains me to say.
Profits are down, or he's having trouble with loan sharks. Which one is more assaulting, to guess that or assume that? Let's say profits are down.
What? Perish the thought in a horrible fire. Sales are wonderful, thanks to New LA's kind citizens. If anything, we would consider expanding our business.
We'd be happy to hear your problem and help out if we can, El.
Splendid! We thank you for deciding in our favor. So, as it happens, we invent things in our spare time.
Whoa, really? What sort of things do you make?
We're very pleased you asked, and we'd be equally pleased to answer, were it not a trade secret.
Oh, come on.
So then what was it you wanted help with, El?
Unfortunately, we've been unable to procure the materials necessary for our tinkering. Resources were more plentiful when we lived in Noctilum, you see.
Well, yeah. Here in the city, we mostly have finished products as opposed to raw materials.
Just so. Yet the world beyond these walls is, as you say, all about survival of the fattest. Gathering resources amid such brutality is difficult for us. More intellectual types, we fear.
Tatsu know exactly what El mean.
He said intellectual, not ineffectual.
All right.
Savage,
well, now
always
I understand
brutal.
What you're asking for, and I think we can help. Just let us know what you need, and we'll try to track it down.
Wonderful. Splendid. Thank you so very much for stepping up to the full plate.
Tatsu want more on his plate, too.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But anyway, it sounds like we're going on a mission for El. You know we're going to have to charge you for it, right, El?
Of course, and we will pay most handsome.
Gather new materials to help L expand his business. Absolutely track that. Material A. Okay, well, we're good to go on that one. No need to track it. Good to go on that one. No need to track it. Good to go on that one. No need to track it. How is this going to work? I was going to say, is it just going to come up and go through all 3 of them saying job completed? Great work. You've done it. You've got all the materials for A, B, and... Well, hold on. No, it started with C, didn't it? Yeah. All right. Well, that's fantastic. We got the honey smoke. A ball of honey smoke, even. It's a physical object. It's not just a vapor in the air. Now he's going after it. Him and Tatsu are getting down.
Dance of new wares.
Oh, we didn't dare dream you'd find the materials so soon. Now we can unleash the wondrous magic of our new stock upon the world.
The new stuff still looks pretty standard to me.
Only
Lynn,
to the
don't
eyes of an
cast him
amateur,
down
my
like that.
friend. Ah, but it looks like we already have a customer. Welcome, welcome. What may we help you find?
So my team's taking on this job, yeah? But
Yeah.
the area's crammed with indigents.
Okay.
If it's weapons you're after, I'm afraid you've got the wrong shop.
Are you nuts? I wouldn't dream of trying to fight those things. We just want to run them off, yeah?
Of course, we understand. In that case, we have just the thing. Don't we, Special Assistant Manager?
Is that me? Oh, okay. Steer a client towards the ball of honey smoke, a sweet-smelling smoke screen. That might drive the indigents toward you. Steer the client towards a high-temperature pot with a special piece of cookware that never cools down. I don't see how that's going to help them at all. Steer the client towards an electric hammock, a comfy lounger that doubles as a meat and fish grill. Okay, the smoke screen might be the best choice.
Yeah, this might work. Let's see how those bastards react to this. Thanks a million.
At least they won't be able to see them as they run
Simple
through.
joys of life. To craft goods and see them sold. To watch the customer's face embiggen in satisfaction. Oh, and look, another customer.
Is this all of them? I just have to figure out what best suits
Welcome
their
and
needs.
Good day. What may we offer you?
Well, I recently started dating someone.
Horrible
Hey,
choice.
that's great.
Great mistake.
Thanks. Anyway, I wanted to cook him dinner, but
You need the hot
Honestly
pot.
Speaking, we have the perfect item for your needs.
Do
Isn't
we?
that right, Special Assistant Manager?
Actually, no, I'm confused. Does he like fish? Because if so, we have an electric hammock, right? It doubles as a meat and fish grill, and it's nice for like a couple to hang out on. Or a high-temperature pot with a special piece of cookware that never cools down. That is good for cooking. I don't know. I'm torn now. Meat and fish grill? A man loves a grill. I guess we'll do the high-temperature pot for now.
okay, sure. I think I can make this work. Thank you, again.
She did not sound
Is
sold.
that really gonna work?
That would certainly be lovely.
I think we should have gone with the
No.
grill.
How could we? We were not the one who suggested it.
Yeah, this is on
And
us.
even if it doesn't work now, surely there must be some other future use it will be perfect for.
Yeah, I think the game is just like low-key
That's
telling me I messed
one
up.
way to look at it.
We should have gone with our instincts. We should have gone with the gosh darn... Well, we're done. We did it. Great success. Probably should have gone with the hammock. You learned the shield art, Mindstorm.
Hey,
Well, that was worth it, I think, in the end. That was a great mission overall. Learned a lot about living and a little about love. I'm looking forward to using this thing in the future, but again, we don't have the Meridian to spend on it right now. Ooh, cool. Yeah, segment recon completed. Which one is this? No, this is the Nope on Air, right? Complete Chapter 12. Obtain the Skell Flight Module and complete the BFF's Affinity mission. Well, we haven't done that yet, so we're not going to be doing that. Sorry, but it's probably time we actually swap L out of the party for the time being, because that's completed there. What else have we got up and down here that we can do in Armory Alley? Let's knock out a different Affinity mission. What is this one down here? This one's been here for the longest
That's
time.
crazy.
And I have no idea what it is, what it's about, where it's going to take us, what it involves. Let's have a gander. This is going to be for Lizel. Okay, complete Chapter 9 and obtain the Skell Flight Module. Well, we can't have her in our party to start it, so I think we're just ready to go. We might want to add a fourth party member here in a minute. Oh, also, I might want to go put Lynn and Elma in Skells, depending on what this turns out to be, because I don't have them assigned to Skells at the moment. But let's see where this takes us. This will be an all-new quest as well,
Hey, Liesel here. Been a while, huh?
because she's like a new character
If you've
for
got
DE.
the time, could you head over to meet me? I might need a little help. It's about Hresvelg. Alicia's waiting for you too. We'll see you soon.
Why start it here, of all places? As requested by Lizel, you make for the Outfitter's test hangar. Test hangar! I'm good. I'm keeping it together here. That's going to be like way the heck over here. Conveniently located fast travel point. There's also like another one outside there that I'm assuming is going to be related to... what is it? Alexa? Whatever her name is. I can't remember it. We got to knock this one out, though. That's the problem. Once you start one of these, you're invested. You got to see it through. No turning back now. I appreciate they got the double door there, but I don't know exactly what it, like the form and function of it is. Sorry, who's Kielman? Was that gentleman's name?
Thanks for coming.
I forgot what I should have put her back in her clothes. Ask suspiciously what the problem is.
Oh, nothing that serious. We just wanted your opinion on something. Now, on to the topic at hand. Remember what I said about Hresvelg? How we developed a special system?
Is this what makes it fly like an airplane?
These days, with the Skell flight module equipped, being able to fly is the industry standard. But the Hresvelg model, it can achieve an advanced form of flight.
Tell me more.
An enhanced cruise mode.
Yeah.
Basically, it can turn into a jet aircraft for flight.
That is pretty cool.
Well, Cool, right?
We're almost finished developing the system. It should be operational in a matter of days. It's just that the fine-tuning isn't going so well.
Understand.
So then we were hoping a fresh pair of eyes might help. And who better to ask than you?
There's literally no one better to ask. Oh, it's this guy.
Scoring the windfall of a lifetime, and a teeny bopper beat us to it. Now I hear we have the chance to one-up the girl, and instead you seek advice from this outsider.
I literally brought the girl with us as well. That's extra insult to injury.
Impertinence! Don't you have any pride as an engineer?
We're just getting a second opinion from an active Skell pilot. I think there's merit in that. Anyway, you said we were beaten to it, but I don't recall it being a competition.
That thinking is the definition of impertinence.
This man is irritating. Have you considered taking him for a
industry
flight
is a
and having
race
him
to the
accidentally
top.
fall out of the cockpit?
Revolutionary technology lives or dies in the flames of competition. My God! I thought finally I was putting someone capable at the helm, my dear Alicia. If we don't get ahead of the curve and finish this project, all our efforts will have been for nothing. You will return to work and finalize cruise mode right now. Clear?
Crystal.
Boss, Alicia's been cooped up this whole time, ever since we landed on Mira. Couldn't you cut her some slack?
Tell me something, test pilot. What makes you think I give a damn about your opinion?
She's my...
Yes, sir. I'll finish it right away.
What? Alicia?
I'll go now.
We gotta put her clothes
Alicia!
back on. This is getting uncomfortable. It's funny when you're running around Mira, but under these circumstances, can we stick her back in the party now? No, we still can't add her. Okay, well let's at least go to. Wait, we can't change her clothes right now because she's not in the party. We're literally stuck like this. It's out of my hands. I have no say in the matter. I have no choice. This is just the way it's going to be. And now we gotta run after her. That's fun. You know, it's probably more comfortable to test skells like that anyway. It gets hot in the cockpit. The AC doesn't always work. Sometimes someone rigs up the exhaust into the intake and you start to suffocate.
Listen.
Am I heading to a person or to my skell? Or am I just trying to get to a point, a generalized point?
She's gone.
Ask if she has any idea where Alicia may be, or suggest splitting into 2 teams to search. Now let's do this one.
I don't know. It's rare for her to go outside in the first place.
Especially in weather like this.
There's no getting around it. I didn't want to have to resort to this, but...
Whoa! Where were you keeping that?
It has a tracker installed for such an event.
It was worth it for that.
I may be the
It was worth it for
It's
the...
also my job
just,
to ensure
just for
the
the
chief
mystery of it all, it was worth it.
Damn, she's moving fast. Could she be aboard a Skell?
Could she be flying
It
the
looks like
Rockfell?
she's headed for...
A solid rock wall?
I know where she's going. Exactly. Let's move. Damn it. I've got a bad feeling.
So, today's video is brought to you by Axiom, today's sponsor. All right, get in the party, Liesel. I'm not gonna change her outfit. Who am I kidding? It's not worth the added effort. Let's go. Should we go get the Rustfeld for her? Now that I think about it, because she doesn't have a Skell currently assigned to her. I feel like it would be appropriate to go do that. Now that I'm thinking about it, it would be kind of weird for us to head off on this mission with Liesel. Her not have the Rustvelg. The Rustvelg. Yeah, I can pronounce it. I'm fine. Let's see. Who is it currently assigned to? Nail. That's fun. That's the level 31. I think she originally showed up with a level 20, and I sold that one. I was like, yeah, no, I have no use for this, so I just sold her original. You can have the upgraded one there. Here you go. And then while we're here, we should probably also go ahead and assign... like Lynn and Elma, some level 50 skells. So we will give this one to... Can we give the Ares Prime to literally anyone? We'll give it back. Elma's flown it around before. She's basically familiar with it. That makes sense. So we'll give her the... she showed up on Earth in it, now that I think about it. Elma can have the... Oh, I have a level 50 Rustvelg as well. I forgot we bought that in the end game, didn't we? We're giving Lynn the better skell. That's... awkward and embarrassing, but that's fine. We're making sure she knows her place in the party, Liesel. Should we put her clothes back on her? Should we go ahead? I think that it probably would be best if we did. Oh, she's already got her body wear. Oh, you know what? Hold on, we need to go to fashion gear. There you go. All right. See, she really had it on all along. It was just under there where you couldn't see it. Excellent. And then where am I heading in the world? What am I going to do? Something along over here. Is this it? Make for the outfitter's test hang. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're heading the west of the Bedrock Hold, approaching Primordia. Probably up here. We'll go to the Bedrock Hold, and that should give us a nice high elevation to sort of see down on the situation and determine what our next course of action is going to be. I'm assuming we're about to see the rest of Elk smack into the side of a rock wall or something along those lines, which would be grim and unfortunate, but there you go. It's probably what's going to happen. We don't really have much of a say in the matter. I don't think that there's ever any reason for there to be a base there full of ganglion. I don't think it ever comes up in the plot. So, I don't know. Maybe it's about to. Maybe we're about to find out some sort of plot element, going to get it involved in some kind of a way. That would be fun.
Liesel.
Liesel.
Why'd you go AWOL? Next time you get itchy feet, tell me. If it's a view you're looking for, we can always hop in Hresvelg. It's not meant for two, but, we can make do.
If you insist. Maybe we ought to develop a two-seater model.
Maybe like a bench seat?
I think I'd like that.
With one shared,
I might not have it in
like
me.
a seat belt?
Yeah? Alright.
Heaters in
Whatever
the
you
seats?
want.
You're not mad?
Why should I be mad at you?
You're strong, you know that? I mean it.
Tell her that she shouldn't have to push herself, or ask if she's going to give up here. Nope. Advise.
Absolutely. When the going gets tough, go slow.
That's not it.
So, you're okay to keep going? The variable flight system's complete. We basically solved the power fluctuation lag. Say the word and I'll hop straight in, no sweat.
No, you don't get it!
No, I don't. Explain it.
Alright, what did the boss say to you? I knew it. What did he make you do? Come on, talk to me, Leash.
Is this gonna get sketchy?
It's my fault. The deception. I was part of it.
What?
Uh-oh.
What deception are you talking about?
Took part in crimes?
Hresvelg enters cruise mode. You know how we configured the engine to transform with the Skell?
Well, yeah, of course. Without that, there's no way you could possibly maintain the right level of thrust.
Right. Typical engine structure couldn't take it. In cruise mode, the thrust would be far too extreme. Well, we never implemented that feature. That was what was decided.
They can't do that. The whole damn Skell could fall apart. No. That bastard.
He said he wanted to keep manufacturing costs down.
I feel like this is the sort of thing you can't get away with. People are going to figure it out pretty quick.
It's completely unacceptable, I know. Waving it through would lead to horrific accidents.
Like one, and then a lawsuit.
Of course, I tried to
Is this
change
New
it.
Los Angeles, after all? It's got the
Really?
American justice system, I assume.
tried. But he said, you don't want to end up like your predecessor, do you?
Predecessor?
I don't even know what that means.
You mean that incident wasn't a suicide?
In the Hresvelg prototype's test flight. The crash. It was because of an error in the code. It was an accident waiting to happen. I know, because I doctored that code. The former chief caught wind of it and tried to report me, but then the boss stepped in. That's when we had a suicide staged.
Oh God. Alicia.
He couldn't afford for the project to be delayed. If word got out, it might have been scrapped.
This got heavy.
Now, you're looking the other way again.
I'm sorry. What I've done is beyond forgiveness.
I agree. Push her off the
Even though
cliff.
I knew I was complicit in his crime. There was no turning back. If nothing else, I wanted to see it through. To finish it for you.
But at what
A
cost?
gifted fighter pilot. I wanted to witness the heights you could soar to.
How could you? I trusted you, Leash. I thought as long as we were together, we could do anything. But after hearing all this, I
The
can't
dot dot
unhear it.
dot says everything.
What he's done, and what you've done.
And I was
I
just
know.
standing awkwardly behind her,
You're
watching
good.
this unfold.
I figured this was how you'd react. You've always walked the path you believe in, and you've never strayed from it, not once. Everything I've done, all of the boss's schemes, it's all here, recorded on my comm device. Part of me wanted to leave this and die. That way, someone else could handle the fallout.
You know, I won't be able to forgive you right away.
I know.
But then again, the fact you're still here alive, I'm so glad.
Liesel.
So it's come to this.
I was gonna say, what's the resolution here? Hold. My guy got a paint
You
job.
disappoint me once again, Alicia Fia.
Boss,
You are a part of this. I thought you'd at least have the sense to realize you were being watched.
Then you admit it. All the heinous crimes you've committed.
What does it matter if you denounce me now? It doesn't change a thing. Learn when to back off, Liesel.
Not a chance.
Oh, it's one rule for your friends and another for the rest of us, is it?
No. You both need to atone for what you've done.
How savage. So you would forsake her?
Anyone
sure
who
that's what
asks
she
for
said.
forgiveness, I'll gladly reach out a hand to them. But you... do you even have remorse? Do you even care?
I see. Liesel. You really are upright to a fault, aren't you? Sickening.
Better than killing people just to make a quick buck.
Say there's only one way out of this, or say she can put this one on your tab. Ooh. I like that. I like that. Let's do that one.
It's true. I've lost count of how many I owe you. Though, you're worth every cent.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Negotiations have broken down then. She set out on an unauthorized expedition and perished in the wilderness. I'll write something to that effect in my final report.
It's over, Kellerman. Time to pay
Kellerman?
the piper.
Hold on. No, we're going to get in a scale, though. Oh, good. We already are. All right, watch this. Oh, his Rust Valg is like level 36. God bless him. He really thinks he's about to do something here, doesn't he? He really does think. I want this to end with him trying to fly away and the whole ship breaking apart because he, like, cheaped out on it. I think that would be, like, the perfect finale. A victim of his own incompetence and his own crimes and his own cheapness. Also, it does not come into play the fact that there is a enemy base right next door this entire time. Thinking makes it so, I guess. Whatever that means.
Alicia, the proof you left of his misdeeds. The battle log, the audio recordings, everything we heard Kellerman say. I'll hand it all over. The authorities have to know. I'll try to cut a deal. If we're lucky, you may receive clemency.
I don't deserve it. Thank you.
Oh, and from now on, no more keeping secrets, okay? You can tell me anything. After all, we are besties. And hey, I'm not the only one who's got your back.
Well, I mean, no, hold on. That's not entirely
Yes,
true.
I'm
No,
lucky.
we haven't volunteered ourselves to this
For
friendship.
sure.
We don't have a fast jet engine scale just yet, so let's manually walk back over there. Although flying around would be a good idea to give the game time to like give me the Meridium I need to continue on, you know, which we've been waiting for some time now. Excuse me, what do you mean I can't do this right now? Any minute. It's got to be any minute. I mean, it should have happened already, and I don't know why it hasn't. We've been streaming for 2 hours. It should have come through by now. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't count cutscene time. Maybe it is actually just open world exploration time. And anytime you're in a cutscene or a discussion, that doesn't count. I don't know. That could be the case.
Thanks for coming. Behold, the final product.
Ooh, remark that it feels like it could take off at any second, or express your doubts about whether it can really transform. We're not going to express doubts. We're going to have confidence in our
Taking
friends
a test flight with it later. You should
and her
give
friends.
it a spin too. Oh, also, Alicia and I, henceforth, we no longer work for Granada.
Well, that's good.
Alicia took full responsibility. The top brass struck a deal with her regarding Kellerman's case.
What is our expression on that?
We finished everything we set out to do. It felt like the perfect time to get out.
That's right. Liesel and I were talking it through, and we've decided to start our own company. Trust me, we'll do our darndest to make our mark. We want to be top dogs.
Oh, see that they're
We'll do it the right way
partners
this time.
now.
Keep things above board. We'll never stoop to
Okay.
Kellerman's level. Not ever. All right, time for a ride. This one's for our new venture. And for good luck, too.
Of course. See you soon. Go and stretch your wings. Restfeld is feeling restless, I bet.
And you, stick around, okay?
I've got nowhere else to
Seen
be.
Restfeld fight before. Now watch him fly!
That's pretty cool. Alright, they exposed Kelman's nefarious deeds and have cut their ties with Granada GG to start a new, far more reputable undertaking. Should we stop buying Granada products, I guess, maybe? Maybe we should... We've learned a new javelin art, which is fun. There should be a bunch of stuff popping up on the screen now. What did I tell you? Flying the Rustvelg is a trip, isn't it? Just switch to cruise mode and it'll transform, leaving regular skells eating your exhaust. We've even pushed an update to all previously sold units. How does that work? What do you mean you pushed an update? So I'll look forward to seeing you in the skies. Okay, but you're not going to mention like about your new products and whatnot? That's fine. Hold on, we're going to go back over here real quick and we're going to switch me into the Rustvelg. I want to go fly it around for a bit. I'm assuming that we've probably now unlocked the ability to unlock a level 61. Because normally you have to go and manufacture those, like actually assemble them yourselves. So very quickly, let's go into the barracks. And we'll stick me in the... Nope. The level 50. Don't know what happened there. Just skipped up one for a second. Yeah, give me that sucker. And then... No, I'm not putting Elma in my scale. You're out of your mind if you think I'm going to do that. Elma doesn't need a scale. I just want to go fly around real quick. By the way, it's still not come in yet. We're still just patiently waiting. All we need is the Meridium to come in, gosh darn it. Go get the Ares 90. I really want to. That was how we were supposed to like wrap up the stream. We're gonna get the big influx, go buy it, go haha, look at us, look what we've done, look what we've accomplished in our lives, pat one another on the back, I don't know, go make out in the corner, and then call it a live stream, right? Just normal, typical stuff. Develop new gear, skell frames. Okay, now what did I tell you? The Rustvelg Lord. Oh, hello. Oh! Yeah, okay. Track that bad boy. I'm gonna have to go gather a whole bunch of stuff for this. We're gonna get that as well. But also, literally, all we need is the Meridium. We just need it to come in. Just flow into our coffers. More than enough time has passed. Any minute now, it's gonna come pouring in. It's gonna be a big, beautiful bowl of Meridium. You've never seen so much. You're gonna look around. You're gonna say, I've never seen this much Meridium. It's incredible. You're gonna be swimming in it. It's gonna be amazing. It's okay. We'll just wait a little bit longer. It'll be here. All right. In the meantime, where's my scalp? Which one? There we go. Okay. Let's take this thing for a flight, right? So, how do I get it into like super speed mode or whatever? How do I make it turn into an airplane? Toggle cockpit view. I had no idea I could do that. Hello? It's not working. I'm hitting the button you told me about. Game, your controls don't work. How I'm gonna have to do a Google. How to Rustvelg flight mode. I've definitely not like spelled it correctly. How do you actually pronounce the name of this thing? Rustvelg flight mode. To activate flight mode on the Rustvelg Skell, you need to... No, I've done that. Press the B button will allow you to switch to cockpit view. It told me to hit down. I'm confused. I feel like I've been lied to, but okay. We're in here, and I hit B. Oh, smokes! Oh, gosh, it's inverted! It is inverted controls. I did not know it was inverted. Okay, there we go, and now we can enter... Oh, my gosh. This is weird. I don't like that. Let's go back to this, and let's pull back if we can. Okay, I get it now. This is nuts. This is very cool, though. Can we drop out of this very quickly? If we need to? Okay, so hold on. That's Oblivia right there, I believe. That's that island in Oblivia. So we can just, like, set course for the big orb over here. Controller on the thing. And we just zoom in. The controls are very sensitive, though. I'm not wiggling a lot, and it is, like, snapping around. I wonder if that's just down because it's very quick, and they're assuming that you need to, like, snap around and, like, see what's going on around you in a hurry. Also, we still had some more stuff come in there. None of it was Meridium, though. I guess everyone needs Rustvelgs now. I mean, probably not. Oh, God bless them, look! Look, that's how fast we used to be! That's how fast we used to be. Now they have to rely on some sort of a teleportation mechanism to keep up with us. This would be really cool if all Skells got it. Like, the problem is that they don't, and I'm not going to fly this Skell around as our primary. Oh my gosh, we fly through zones so quickly that the game does not have time to update our blade reports before we're in the next zone. Look at the mini-map. That's where you really begin to see it. Is like, if you're zoomed in on that mini-map, look how quickly you zoom through it. Goodness me. The inverted controls I'm not really a fan of. I don't really do inverted flight controls. I bet there's an option for that. Hold on, let's set ourselves up. And look, we're just in Caldros now, basically. Hold on, we need to set ourselves for... There's an island to the north. I think there's an island up here that we were told to go to before by... Is it Halrondo? But there's an island up here I want to go to, in the very tip-top corner of this world, where I think there's something good waiting for us. So we need to go kind of north and east as best we can. Let's just set that up, and then I'm going to go into system settings, and let's see if we can't figure out the controls here, right? Is there flight options? Field UI, camera. I need scale flight tilt, manual camera rotation speed, camera zoom, angle correction, zoomed in, zoomed out, horizontal, zoomed in camera, zoomed out camera, horizontal camera, positioning, scale, boarding distance correction, Rustvelg cruise camera mode, locked camera, manual camera. Okay, look, that's great that you've got the option between locked and manual. That is specifically camera though, so maybe that's acceptable. Rustvelg cruise controls. Inverted. That's probably what we want right there. Alright. Game settings have been saved. Yeah, there we go. I know it's more realistic to have them be inverted. You know, that's how you actually fly. See, now that I've inverted them, though, I'm confused. Because my brain had already adapted to being inverted. Maybe I ought to put them back. Maybe not, though. Oh yeah, I forgot all about this thing out here. Wait, hold on, what was that? Wait, did everyone else see that? Wait, are there items you can collect up here in the air? I think there was, and we just skipped past it. Okay, we're gonna zoom past the light bulb. Alright, you know what? No. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, my brain is like, no, it does need to be inverted. Let's do some fancy maneuvers. Oh, we are chewing through fuel, though, and we're just flying past objects that I probably shouldn't be collecting. It's okay, we'll worry about them later. Yeah, I've never actually returned here post-game. Is there anything you can do here? Is there anything worth seeing? Oh, yeah, you can transform pretty quickly. So what have we got around here? Spatial control jointer? It looks like we've got a lot of those. Salvage claw. Good stuff. Yeah, okay, you know what? On we go. Oh, no. Good news is you can't accidentally crash into the ocean, in case you were wondering. I think we're still traveling in this direction. Well, right now, traveling this way, we should start to see Noctilum soon. It should appear in the distance, out of the fog, any moment now, as the life hold fades away. Yeah, there it is. Whoa, jeez, it snaps so hard. Yeah, that's Noctilum there. That's the NLA Tower, I believe. And then we're heading up here. Somewhere up here. Probably need to veer this way a little bit more if we have a look at the map. Yeah, a little bit more. We're heading to the very corner of the world. Oh, it's not worth trying to grab those. Unless they happen right into our path, we're not going to be able to turn hard enough to, collect them. I don't even know why I bothered. Having just said it's not worth our effort, I don't even know why I bothered. There's our Meridium! Our limit's been reached! That's what we wanted to see. Well, hold on, we're already this close to this island. We might as well see it through. So the corner of the world is somewhere along here. Oh, geez. Hold on, no. There's the island. I don't know what happens when you actually hit the world border. I have no idea. So what have we got around here? What is that?
Ready to move on your command.
Hold on. I don't actually know how to fight in this thing. I have no idea what any of these do. I've never used this ship before. I don't know what any of our abilities are.
You're in my sight.
What does this do? Inflicts topple. Well, so far things aren't going well. What do you do? From the front, boost damage. Do it.
You wish.
It looks like we're actually going to defeat this guy, so that's good. What is this? Deals physical damage. Grants evasion up. Okay, yep, do that. That might prevent us from being hit, right? Physical damage and inflicts taunts. Yeah, stop hitting my friends, buddy. How about that? How you like them apples? Inflicts stagger when triggered, or when targeted, boost damage. And then deals beam damage and inflicts debuff resistance down. Do that. Looks like they've got a shield up. I think that's what that thing in the middle there with the blue means, right below their health bar. So we just smash him with the entire skull is what that does. How fun. Everything reloads very quickly on here. I'll throw that out there. We are dealing like no damage, though, is the only issue.
You wish.
Also, everyone has lost their skulls except the Ares Prime is still up, thank goodness. We're gonna just start pushing buttons. No, we got it. We got it in the end there. Okay, good. Good work, everyone. And I think this is what we're here for this whole time, right here, whatever this is. Opening damage, yeah, so that increases our opening damage by, what was that, 18? So, I mean, I don't know what the actual percentage is. We're not going to stick it on this scale either. Let's head back. But, anyway, the reason you want to have that is, you know how we, like, most of our fights, we just use Phoenix right at the beginning and it's over? I think if we use Phoenix as our opener in a fight, and we have that equipped, we do even more damage, and we'll finish even more fights right out the gate, which is great. But also, will we be able to use Phoenix? Not for much longer, because we're going to go get the Ares, and it comes with its own weapons, and you can't swap them out. Which is probably why, to be honest, I'll stick to the scale I've got. I really just want the Ares 90 as, like, you know, kind of like bragging rights, if you will. You know, to just say I have it. It's not unique. Like, a lot. Not like bragging in the real world, where I'm, like, dissing on other people, because I know that this is, like, a scale that a lot of people do ultimately get. It's like bragging to myself. Look, Reese, you did it. Good job. And then Reese goes, reluctantly, I accept your praise. And then I do this back and forth to myself in the mirror pretty much every day. So, scale frames, Ares 90. Create the skull. There you go. Look at that absolutely magnificent beast. Okay, hold on. Let's go actually equip it as well, so that we can have it and we can look at it. How many skulls can I own? Is it possible to run out? Do you need physical space for them in the Blade Barracks? I don't know. You might. I actually have no idea. I don't think so. You might be able to have an infinite number of them. Where are they actually kept? Can you see them all if you just go? Are they over here? Okay, these must just be the ones you have equipped to your party members. And there's, like, room for 4 of them. That makes sense. I imagine you can hold an infinite number of them. Alright, well, let's go get the new one. We've literally never run down here, by the way. We've had the ability to this whole time, and we never have. Why isn't the control thing for the... Why isn't it down there? Wouldn't that make infinitely more sense than to have it over here in the customization center? Never thought about it. But yeah, I think it would. I think that would make more sense. Alright! Where is it? Give me the Ares 90. Register that sucker to me. Thank you. And then we're going to walk outside and have a gander at it. I mean, I'm sure we can also just look at it in the hangar if we wanted to. Boy, it stutters when you leave that screen. Look at that magnificent beast. I don't think we can get in it inside of here. It'd be cool if you could just start wrecking shop, but it doesn't permit that. We have to actually go outside. Can you go outside through the giant door there? I've never bothered to look to the left when you leave this room to see whether or not that giant door is actually represented in an LA. Yeah, I mean, it's not in the same place. Maybe there's a hallway there that you don't get to see. Here it is. Wow. How about that? Whoa, it skates! I didn't know it skated! That's so much fun! What a great time! What's it look like when she flies? Just like any other flying skull, I guess, at the end of the day. Neat. Well, I'm happy to have this. Until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless each and every one of you. And I'll see you later. Goodbye. That's the wrong button. It just stops. There's no, like, final